Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Wartrain here. If you're new, do me a favor, please subscribe and click that notification bell down below so you guys can get notified of all my new videos. And if you guys enjoy this video, do me a favor, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Now with that said, today's video guys, we are going to check out the Nintendo Switch V2, the version 2. I actually did an unboxing of this system yesterday. I was pretty excited to pick this up. And with that video, I woke up today and through the whole day got tons and tons of comments. And a lot of these comments really made me think, how much is Nintendo stocking the stores with this thing? Because a lot of people were like, hey, you know, you're really lucky. We really want this. You know, there's none in stock anywhere around us. You know, where did you pick it up at? Where are you know, what area do you live? You know, people from other countries kind of like, hey, we can't get them. There's none around here. And we're talking Barcelona, Spain. We're talking Washington State in the United States. We're talking the Philippines. All these different places, people are waiting for the version 2 stock to you know, be able for them to pick up one of these. And a lot of people are waiting for this version to come out so they can pick it up because it might be their first Nintendo Switch. And why would you pick up an OG Switch when this thing is now on the market? It makes no sense, especially because they're the same exact price. You know, this thing is $299, and you know what? The original Switch, $299. This has a significantly longer battery life. It would be kind of stupid to, you know, pick up an OG Switch unless, you know, you have no other choice where you just can't find these. And just so you know, if you're somebody that has never seen this or heard of it, you want the red box. The version 2 only comes in the red box. So if it's got white on the box, it is not the version 2. So you can see all the way around, this thing is pretty much just red. So you're looking for the red box, and it's a big deal. I don't know why you'd even want to go back at this point, because it also came out, I watched a show today, that this thing actually has a brighter screen on it. Besides the fact that it runs cooler, it's pretty. That's a pretty big deal. Nintendo, I don't think, pushed this hard enough. If you play games like Breath of the Wild, let's see, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, another one, or let's see, Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I'm currently playing, and Dragon Quest Builders 2, Dragon Quest Builders 2, great games. And all of them, they run that system battery down to nothing. They beat that battery up, and that system runs hot. That fan is just moving. Those games are pushing the original Nintendo Switch. This system just runs cooler. You know, that's a huge deal. Plus, you're getting a couple of hours extra on your battery life, which is a big deal. At night, I play this thing in bed before I go to sleep a lot of the times. And a lot of times I am forced to go to bed because the battery dies on me. And that could be on a full charge as well, because some of these games, you're lucky to get you get 2 hours. Let's just say 2 hours, and that thing is toasted. That battery is toasted after 2 hours. If you're playing one of these heavy hitter games like Dragon Quest Builders 2 or Fire Emblem Three Houses or Breath of the Wild, you know, one of those games, forget it. That battery is done. You know, you can just put a fork in it because that thing is cooked. But you get something like this, you know, you get a couple extra hours, and you don't need a battery bank. Who wants to carry a battery bank or be plugged into a battery bank all the time? I don't even want to have to pick one up. I mean, I could see if I was traveling real far or something, that would be one thing, but I don't want to have to do that. I want to just be able to play that thing on the charge that it has. If it goes beyond that, then I shouldn't need to do that kind of stuff. I mean, I should be able to just plug it in then, or by that time be at a place where I can plug it in and let it charge for a bit. And I'll tell you what, I don't like having to lay in bed and have my system plugged in while I play, because the cord comes out of the bottom. So if you're laying down, you have to hold that thing all awkward, otherwise your arms go numb. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people that that's happened to. And you believe me, you don't want that. Because, yeah, you get cramps in your arms and all kinds of stuff, you know, especially if you're a little older like I am. Believe me, you don't want that. So you want something like this where you don't have to do all that stuff. But, you know, like I said, I got a bunch of these comments, and it's like I really feel for these people. I want them to be able to pick them up. I hope Nintendo doesn't pull something like the NES Classic or the Super NES Classic, where they, you know, cause this like fake demand, or, well, it's a real demand, but it's something that they kind of caused because they didn't put enough stock out. Hopefully they get enough stock out and get the stock to these places. I talked to people at GameStop, and they were saying that the most likely, because I was like, hey, how did you even get these? They're like, well, you know what, our store, we needed stock for Nintendo Switches, so they just sent us a bunch of these version 2. I was like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. But it's like, you know, if you're a place that doesn't need them, you're not getting them, maybe for a while. Like these people in the Philippines and stuff, or like Barcelona, they don't know of any place that has these things. You know, in some countries, they were getting them even before I had them around me. I actually didn't even know if they were around me yet, because I didn't know of anybody getting one. I haven't seen any, but I actually called around. I actually called my GameStop, asked them if they had this. They said they had the gray Joy-Con ones in stock, and I was like, you know what, I want the color Joy-Cons. So I was like, do any other GameStops in the area have them? They were like, you know what, this one does. So I was like, okay, I'll just go there and pick it up. So I winded up going to that one, but before that I was right next to a Best Buy, and I was like, you know what, let me stop in this Best Buy and see if they have any of these yet. I was just curious more than anything. But I went in there, nothing. They just had the original Nintendo Switch. But it's like, why would you, you know, I don't understand why Nintendo didn't drop the price on the original one by even $20. Something like that will help push them out of stock so that everybody can get these in stock. Because you know what? This thing, like I said, it has a brighter screen. On that show, I watched a show today on YouTube. Another YouTuber on his channel basically had a screen expert on there, and they were talking about the nit units, and they were measuring it, and I believe the original OG Switch was somewhere around 290 nit units, and that's the measurement of the emittance of light and all that kind of stuff. They do that unit for like TVs and phones, but this version 2 was actually pushing like 320, somewhere right around that as far as the nit units. And that's what you would want if you were like doing outside, like watching something outside or outside gameplay, the guy was saying. So this thing is significantly, you know, well, maybe not that much, but it's got a brighter screen. That's kind of a big deal. Even if it's, you know, 5% brighter, that, to me, that's pretty significant. So, like, I really want people that don't have these to be able to get them. So, hey, if you're, you know, somebody that wants to pick one of these up and you can't find them anywhere and they're not in your area, shoot me a comment. Let me know. I'd really like to know what areas do have these and what areas do not have these. Like I said, a lot of people left me comments from all over the world, and it was just like, I felt bad. It was like, man, I really want these people to be able to pick these up. So hopefully Nintendo gets on the ball, gets these things shipped out so people that want them can actually get them and enjoy it. Because I love the Nintendo Switch. This is a great system. You know, it's got a great library of games, and you know, if you want to give them your money, you should be able to. Because it's not like you're just handing over $80 or something. We're talking a couple $100, so it's not cheap. And if you're really wanting to buy one of these, you know, they should have it there. I mean, it's just the way it is. They should be more prepared. You know, and it's also one of these things. Their Nintendo Switch sales have been dropped a little bit because everybody's waiting for these especially people that don't have a Nintendo Switch yet. They're waiting for these so that they can get their first Nintendo Switch and have it be the one with the better battery life. I mean, it only makes sense. So, you know, hopefully if you're somebody that wants one of these, you'll be able to get one. And like I said, let me know in the comments if you are that person and you want one of these and you can't get it, or let me know if you already have one and what do you think of it. Like I said, it's not really like it's pretty much the same system. It just has a better battery life and a little bit of a brighter screen, and it runs cooler. But for me, for the same price, I think that's a pretty big deal. And obviously a lot of other people do too, especially if they're waiting to get one of these because of that. It just shows you that it is a big deal by the sales kind of stalemating or dropping a little bit. But yeah, I really want to see people that want these get them. That's for sure. But this is my favorite system of all time because I'm an adult that's able to play games again and pretty much anywhere. This thing goes with me everywhere, and that's the reason why I wanted this thing, because I already have a Nintendo Switch, but I wanted the bigger battery life. To me, it is a real big deal because this thing goes everywhere with me. I take it to work, I take it to doctor's appointments, when I'm taking or going to pick up my kids and I'm waiting for them somewhere, because I could just get, you know, even if it's 10 minutes of game time in, that stuff adds up. After a while, before you know it, I'm blowing out a huge game like Octopath Traveler or something. But yeah, guys, it's pretty cool. Hopefully you'll get one if you're waiting for one, but do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I try to put content out like this every day. But that's the video, guys. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Thanks for watching.